Spartans! What is your profession? This is Sparta!
What is going on, everybody? If you can hear me, give me a one in the chat. Of course, we're back another stream, another live. This one's going to be interesting. We're going to take it a little different this time. We're going to have our questions. We're going to have our guys talking. Hopefully, a couple, bloody noses in the end. But we have some videos. We're going to do this a little different time. Does anybody feel that? Any chance? The ground is shaking a little bit. Yeah, he's in the background, jumping up and down to cause another earthquake. Before I do that, I want to say respect and what's up to my man King. And of course, he loves my intro. Of course, it's a Greek. Respect. Come on now, man. All right, but let's get him in here before he breaks the studio back there, because he might cause another what was it, the high 10.9 kilohertz?
Uh,
What is it, the scale?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you know me, I'm known as Black David, also known as CBN Tech Talk, also known as Bear Paw. I'm about
AKA
what
earthquake.
301 pounds, well BMU weigh about almost 400 pounds, and he's much heavier than me. That's the actual earthquake, aka tsunami, aka Equator of Texas. But then again, I'm about to go under 300 pounds, going after 250 pounds. So I'm trying to figure out, why am I earthquake? I really don't know what the hell is going on. Yo, Brooklyn, make sense of it for me. Well, yeah, you could call me Bear
Anyway,
Paw. You
you know
could
what? You
call
should
me
get a
Congo on the
compliment.
Mist.
Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa! You should come. Earthquake was a cool superhero, actually. In the
Ah,
mo,
I prefer Congo on the Mist. I'm an African brother. We are scary individual when we get ticked off. So
I can call you Panda
Con-
then.
I rather be Cargo on the Mist. Tarzan is white. I'm black. Come on,
Panda. I said, not
Panda.
Tarzan.
That Panda is more of an American
King,
thing.
like Black Panther.
Yeah,
Panda, get it?
there's no panda in Africa. Hey.
Hey, I didn't know that.
You could come
I don't
and
know.
walk through on the character from Black Panther. or the gorilla tribe, I don't mind being that type of individual. Yeah, it's good to be scary, but earthquake, no.
All
And
right,
don't
let's get into the topic, bro.
ain't that the music video called "I Ain't Never Scared" featuring Earthquake, BMU alter ego?
All right, let's get into this shit. All right,
Yeah.
let me let's have this conversation, guys, because this conversation is actually pretty serious. I think we all talk about, man, I want to smash her. I'm gonna blow her back. I'm gonna do this and do that. But seriously, when it, you gotta put some work into that shit. Let's be straight up here. Let's be very honest. When it comes down to whatever you're into, chains, toys, monkeys, whatever is your that's your business. I don't give a shit about that. But the serious topic is, how long do you wait? A week, 2 weeks, 6 months, a year? I hope not. Like, I can barely pass 3 months. But my point is trying to get to is, how long should you fucking wait, David? You're a wiser, older, ancient. You're a father, a grandfather, a great grandfather, a mentor, a teacher. Did I miss anything?
No, not really.
So I'm giving you the floor for a minute. I want somebody a little wiser and older to talk about this.
I'll put like this: for a person of my age, 46, who have been through a lot in life, both in the sort of United States as well in our motherland, Africa, aka Nigeria. I'll be real with you. This is a topic that when you become a father, you try to ask yourself the same exact question: how will you run it with your son, or how you going to run it with your daughter? Because to be honest with you, from my personal life experience, I don't really think there should be a timetable or when or how. Because what you're planning to engage yourself into could either be a good thing or it could be something deadly. I think that is something that we had to bring on the dining table, have this type of conversation. If we have kids who are about to be teenagers and you know their hormones is beyond like a raging bull, more like a raging beast, but you don't want to be killing their fun, you know what I'm saying? But you're not really killing their fun. You're more like you protecting their future. This is something I've been aware of. And I wish I have a better parent who would have sat me down and taught me to do what I have a shout out to Cheeky Banter. I respect who the kind of father he has because he gave him something that he can work with and make his own personal decision. And what that dude is doing, you gotta have nothing but utmost respect because that is own personal journey, but something that he doing have a severe level of virtue in it. Go look at today's society. What kind of society you have right now on United States soil? We have a society whereby no one wants to wait and they let loose, and now the water is so freaky muddy, dirty, ridiculous, and retarded. You don't know what you're getting yourself into. So I don't think you want to put a timetable. What you want to do is make sure are you doing it with the right person or not. If you want to smash, then go ahead and smash away. Remember, you're responsible for your own decision that you make. We'll talk. If I were to do it all over again, I would rather be a virgin than just matching anyone. I rather be peaceful and drama free, not attached to so much bullshit this world's offering you. If anything, I hate on the people who are still virgin and they haven't found their rightful person because they don't want to make the wrong decision. They're very careful, they're very adamant about it because yes, sex is great one when you're with the right person. We'll talk. But you just matching the wrong person, it doesn't affect guy will come to body count, but it affects your logic and it affects your reasoning, how you see yourself, how you see things. The women, well, shit. No matter what society we're in, no matter what era we're in, it's going to affect them. Either they like it or they don't. I know we in today's society don't like to read history or learn from the past because they're too stupid to realize that you're repeating the same mistake that others have done before them. Instead of learning to be a better person, that I would be a complete nincompoop. I'm just saying, I don't know. I can't tell you what the right time or when the right time. I'm thinking you want to find that person that move you on a much, much deeper level. Something that connect you. It's almost like the way they say kindred soul. Find that right person. That is something that I have learned for the past 2 to 3 years, being on multiple panels, having these type of conversation, and it got me thinking. It got me going back to my root. Person who used to be a Bible nerd, and I thought to understand why certain mistake I made, I had to live with it. Ain't gonna lie. If I could do it all over again, I want to be a 45, 46-year-old version than the having body left and right. They thought to wish, why did I do with this person? Why did I do with that person? Like, if I could have just dodged this bullet. Sex is beautiful, but not with the wrong person. I would have said, wait till you get married. But I know it's not the popular choice. You try to be popular, then you try to be a scapegoat. That's how I see it. I'm being 1000% real, unfiltered, and uncut. I'm a father, so if anything, I'll tell my son, don't be too eager to rush. Build yourself, build your character, build your personality, build who you try to be, and hope that the right woman that you want to have in your life come along and she respect what you're doing, respect your journey, want to be a part of your journey and build with you, not steal from you. If you know what I'm saying. Sometimes I wait to listen to my elders when they give me the warning in advance. You know, our generation and many other that follow us don't realize we really screwed up not listening to our elders. Think we know better. No, we do not know better. History have shown that very well. If you don't learn from your elders, learn from the mistake, learn from their past, and you think you do better, you never do better. You just do worse. That's a given. You can't play with time. Time is nobody's friend, but everybody enemy though. So my view, there's a lot I can say right now on this, because this topic is not even simple to begin with. I'm telling you, you have no idea how serious this thing is. There's so much ramification behind it. Yeah, I'm an old school guy. I used to hang out with a lot of elders, picking their brain, picking their mind, trying to get as much wisdom as possible. And not like most folks out here to think they don't have to listen to no elder. Bullshit. I would rather be a wise man than being the stupid ass smart man who thinks he's smart but is actually stupid as fuck. That's just me. Anybody else?
So there, you actually brought me up a story. I mentioned the story once before. I'm gonna bring it up again. You're gonna laugh a little bit at this one. So, I was in the middle of confession. Yes, confession. I said it right. And Greek confession is Orthodox. Greek Orthodox is a little different. They don't do it behind a sliding door or anything. You do it like therapy, talk.
Uh-huh.
So my priest goes, Father goes out and goes, "Well, Peter, I know you're a young man." I'm just looking. I'm like, dude, you're younger than me. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm thinking to myself, young men, you're not supposed to have sex. I went, whoa, 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 stop there, my father, right there. I go, you better ask the good Lord right now to forgive my sins because I'm gonna sin and sin and sin and sin over and over and over. So I'll be happy to sin for anybody else who wanted me to sin. Yeah, I told you it's not gonna be anyway. Um, so I want to bring up a story really fast. Is one of my prescribers. We're gonna name her. I don't care her real name. Tina. That's what I'm gonna name her Tina tonight. All right. So Tina was on a date. All right. She went out with a guy like I think twice. She said to me. So The main arrangement to go out for drinks, coffee. I'm not sure what it was. So she gets in her car, his guy car. She leans over. He leans over to kiss her and puts her seats back. She gets freaks out and gets the fuck out. What do you think in that scenario, David? Do you think she overreacted, or do you think it was he was trying to make a move on her?
Hmm. She kicked the dude out of the car,
No, she got out of the car.
or she got out of the car because the guy made a move, and
That's what
she
she felt
overreacted.
like it was.
I'll put it like this: he's not married to her, and she's not married to him.
Hmm.
You're invading one person's private space that wasn't welcome. So if she didn't give you the sign or the cue to advance in that level, and she felt on it like in a very wrong situation or kind of inappropriate, then yeah, I would suggest to get herself out of that situation. Because let's be real though, we're in an over sexualized society that is so
Bingo.
messed up that we're now going down to the point of trying to corrupt our own kids. The fact that this society is so blatantly fucked up. I'm even reconsidering saying, no, I'd rather just go back to the motherland when we don't allow such bullshit to go on for too far, but we have some kind of restrictions, so to speak. But yet, this society of this westernized nation called the United States of America is trying to drag everyone with them, with their pollution, with their retarded mindset, with their distorted reasoning that have not proved nothing throughout many centuries. The way they change their idea, the same way they change their dirty under they haven't even watched for days. So take it, as I say, lady. If you're on a date with somebody and you haven't reached first base yet, and the person is trying to make a move on you, and you don't feel comfortable, then yeah, take yourself out of the situation. Don't worry about what people say about you. You protecting you and your virtue. Then again, let's be real. Let's not sidetracking, but we in the I can't say muddy. I can't even say swampy because it's too damn swampy. Even the crocodiles are moving out. We in the dating pool is so jacked up, so toxic, so radioactive that guys rather be single than mess with anybody. Think about that. We don't know who. There was the thing. Ghost or spotter. You from the tri-state area. We know you to have a saying. Be careful who you're dealing with or who you date with. You never know they probably could be an ex of a kingpin or a drug dealer because you know how some dudes are so territorial, even though that's their ex and they got a couple of other ex.
It's
They feel like,
funny
oh,
you said that, actually, David.
I have to say that because
So
you come from my neck of the woods. We understand that. Oh, you did it? Nah, I'm sorry. You
I'll
off
tell you
limit.
why. So I was talking to, again, Father Cosadino, my priest again. I was doing a confession for something happened on Saturday that I'm not ready to disclose out
Hmm.
yet because of
Take your
reasons,
time. Take your time with that. Don't worry.
but I'm going to. But what he told me, and he's very open about this, when the only school in the United States that teaches Orthodox priestessy, I might be pronouncing it right, become a priest pretty much, is in Boston. So he was in Boston and he went to one place he used to go all the time for pizza. His first semester there, and he was like, he told me, they have really good fucking pizza, dude, without cursing, of course. He goes, they have really good pizza, dude. That's why he went there. One night, his first semester, it was like winter, like right now, like this time of year. And a guy walked in, shot three people cold blooded over a woman. Yep. And you can probably you can connect the dots at this point, right, David?
Let's get it. The woman is the ex to him who is what to be? What he a drug dealer or a kingpin or a gang leader or something
I
like
would
that.
say probably gang or some kind of mobster, something like that.
Yeah, no,
Illegal organization crime. I'll give you that.
but you
Yes.
then you understand what I said. What I said
Hmm.
when out here in New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, you had to before the social media came to existence. We had to be careful who and what we are talking to. When you tell me your ex, yeah, two, there's a girl like that out here in Brooklyn when I was in my 20s. This is even scarier than yours. She had two different ex-boyfriends. One was a drug dealer, the other was a gangbanger. I was like, you know when your mind just do a backflip, you're like, hold up, wait a minute, your ex is what again? Your first ex is what? And your second ex is what? Which one of them is stalking you? I would like to know. This is a beautiful girl coming from Baltimore. Came out to New York. You will tell me one of your first ex is the gangbanger, the next ex is the drug dealer. How do you? The first thing come to mind. You from Brooklyn, New York. Do you want to stick your thing into the
Snake
bottomless
pit.
pit?
I call it a snake pit at that point because you're
I
not.
call the bottomless. I call the bottomless pit because once you get in, there's nowhere coming out. There's no
So the
rope
problem
pulling you out of this
with
mess.
that was not only what kind of baggage she brings, what kind of trouble you're gonna get your ass into.
Thank you.
Because at this point, you don't know if she has connections with these people or not.
You know,
So
you know, forget it if she have connection. You and I both know this super goddamn well. A girl don't have to have connection. All she had to be is the one that was seeing the ping from either one of these dudes. You know how these dudes are. You think I'm lying? Look at Chris Brown. He have a few exes, but he still consider them a property. Remember?
mhm.
That is my ex. You're not supposed to talk, but she's not with you no more. We have many other exes as well. They do the same exact thing. They treat their ex as if you're not allowed to touch after them, which is it completely, but it's so highly toxic and retarded that do it to women who women don't want to do nothing with them no more, and they try to move on with their life and start something new, but they can't because they open their leg and let such individual come in and like, what do you think we're going to happen? Let's be real. Now, today's generation, which you have seen some of the video throughout this year and last year, they're asking what kind of man you want to be, a scammer or a drug dealer or a working class. You got these dumb, good for nothing, brain dead, nothing in their head, bimbos and broads talk about they want a scammer or a drug dealer. Like, seriously, you can't make this shit up. But you and I both know this. Without social media, we know damn well avoid such female because even though she's trying to start her life anew, how you sure they're not stalking in the shadow, seeing who they're messing with? I had to make a logical choice to say, no, she's not, even though she got sexy ass eye, yo. The eye was tempting. She had that look, she had that, but the eyes alone. You know the type of chick that have that sexy ass eye, you can be talking to them and you feel like you're almost going into a trance. And my African self was saying, nigga, this is not for you. Fuck the sexy eye. Fuck the sexy looks. Fuck the sexy voice. She's not worth it. I had to delete her number and just appear because she's not worth the drama nor the trouble. Real talk. Nothing against her, but you open your leg to the tour of what kind of individual you're messing with. So what other good man want to deal with that to begin with? That's something you have to think about. And vice versa. You have women who trying to do that same bullshit with men. I had one ex like that. She think, oh, that because I'm her ex, I'm her property. And I told her, let me remind you, I know we're in the United States of America. We are here in Staten Island, right? But you want to be highly careful. You don't want to tell an African man who very well independent, very well mentally free that you we are your property. It doesn't go well with the typical one, because the typical one will show you, no, 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 it's the other way around. You become my property. If I tell you you're my property, you screwed. So when she was tell me that bullshit, and I'm looking at it like, really? You for okay? I was just gonna laugh it off like that was a joke. But don't repeat that
See,
nonsense.
here's my issue with that statement you made. Property. Why do you have to be somebody's property, David?
It called low self-esteem. You feel like you can't get better, so you want to hold on to the person you fucked up with, and you don't want them to go away and find something better. Because
And I
when
get
she
that.
opened her mouth, because she do what she said out her mouth, and this is why I have the ultimate destroyer. She said, "I can get any man," and that right there drew me to the dark side of me, who was a dark nerd, and I went for the murder. I didn't went for the kill. I went for the murder. I said, "Yeah, you can get any man. You can get a rapist. You can get a crackhead. You can get a robber. You can get a murderer. You can get a dope fiend. You can get a man on the run. You can get an ex-convict, but you can never get D-man." I tell you, I hate when a female open her goddamn go for nothing with about and make that such statement. Well, I can get any man. You can get any man. Go ahead. Get the one that is patting out HIV like it candy. Get with him and leave me the F alone. Deuces.
And I
And I
agree on
hate
this
and,
statement.
and I hate when people do that, but I this is why I try not to let the authentic me come out, because when it come out, I'm very vicious. I'm very cutthroat. I'm beyond bare knuckle. I'll let you have it. What your mom and dad did not do for you, I will do it for them. I'll give you the harsh reality. You full of shit.
So this
If
statement right
somebody
here
treat
for
you
a
like a
second.
property,
Hang
I
on,
know.
David. Hang on. Hang on. No one shouldn't be considered property, man or woman. And she's right
Fact,
about
no,
this.
no, fact. But here's the thing. I understand the part when you are married. Biblically speaking, I understand the scripture that according to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 to 33. Like I tell my Bible now, that scripture in the tenth is saying that you and that woman become one in one entity. That meaning she is your part or you are her property. But I mean, y'all joined together. You made a covenant. It's not a piece of paper. So I understand that aspect. But if we
Hmm.
haven't crossed that lane yet, and you're telling me I'm your property, even though we're no longer talking to each other, I'm like, nigga, please, like, who are you? Like
Yeah.
that chick, you're not the Queen of England, you're not the King of Zamunda. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, this is why I say I might have to get a T-shirt that say I am allergic to stupid ass
Jesus
people.
Christ. I gave a 1% commission.
Hey, we to have that merch to start
All
passing
right.
out. So because sometimes people say the dumbest shit ever. This is why that thing about navigating intimacy is key and it's vital. You don't want to dive in the wrong hole and you drag a lifetime of mental drama and angry reaction. So why did I think with my bottom head? I should think with my top head first, if it's worth it. Real talk. Or am I wrong?
I
Did
never
it
said
say
that, David.
didn't it say look can be deceiving?
Yeah. All right. Let's get into our first video for tonight. All right. Before we get too ahead of this. Ready?
Okay.
I think a lot of people jump into sexual chemistry too soon before having the vulnerable conversations. Why do you think that is? And do you like that idea of waiting for a period of time until some type of a commitment?
If more people could wait, it would make things a lot better. Not only are we afraid to ask certain questions and discuss certain things, but it's like we don't want to face the possible reality of this situation. So we keep everything on the surface. We keep it at the sex. We keep it at hanging out here and having fun. And yeah, we get along with each other's friends and blah, blah, blah. And that's great, but we're not diving deeper. And it's because I think deep inside, we may know that once we do, this may not work anymore. And so we don't want to have to face that. We don't want to have to let go. So we keep kicking the can down the road. So I definitely think the more we can remove any distractions that impair judgment, the better. So sex is something that can definitely impair judgment. I'll give you another example. I knew this one guy, he went on a couple of dates, and the first date I think was a concert, and the second date was some kind of other festivity. And I said, listen, don't ever take a woman to a concert on the first date, because here's the thing. One, there's a huge distraction, the concert going on. It's not really an opportunity for you two to dive into each other. Two, even if you guys don't really mesh well, if you have fun at the concert because you guys love that artist and you love that atmosphere, well, that's clouding your judgment to seeing, but we don't really like hanging out with each other like that. See, hanging out with each other in fun environments that we already enjoy, that doesn't qualify it. It's, can we sit in a room with nothing going on, just talk and actually enjoy each other's presence? That tells us if we really like each other. So I definitely think it's best to wait as long as possible. And as far as why people do it, I mean, one, people are just horny. That's true. If we're going to keep it real, that's one of the things. I think also for some women, and this is just some women, the idea is if I sleep with him and I put it on him, he'll like me. I'll get what I want out this guy. So it's a weapon for her. For some guys, some of it is just desire, but some of it also is, I want to make sure she actually is attracted to me, because a lot of men have dated women, waited, only to find out that she had sex with someone else during that process, or only to find out she was never really that interested. He feels used. So his way, some guy's way of trying to confirm that you actually have genuine interest is through intimacy. You see, so some will rush to that as a form of validation for themselves. I think just also, again, people sometimes get caught up in the moment. And I hate when people say, oh, well, there was this great sexual chemistry. Chemistry cannot occur until you guys actually have sex. So what you felt was attraction and horniness at the same time, and it created this energy between y'all, and you want to move forward with that. And so again, you just have to be careful. Now, I think it doesn't mean every person who's had sex too soon is doomed. There are people who've gotten married after having sex on the first date. Some people are able to pull back and still properly evaluate, but individuals have to be honest with themselves about how does this impact my ability to see if this is the right person for me, and for me to show up as my authentic self in this relationship. Hey, thank you for watching this video.
Hold on.
So it's one thing, hang on, before you say anything. It's one thing he said in the video I really liked. That's why I want to play that. And he said, you don't know if you have chemistry to do the dirty, the nasty, whatever, the humpa doompa, whatever you want to fucking call it tonight. You don't have that chemistry till you get to that level with somebody. I have never processed it like that. I never thought about it. So I know you guys have something to say. Trey, I'll give you the floor for a minute. Give me your opening thoughts really fast.
Sparta, listen, man. I wouldn't even adopt that philosophy, because getting the cakes, that's the prize of finding out that we have something in common. That's why dating used to be a process where you went outside, you walked through the park, you might have spent a whole day together. If she liked you, you know, you hook up afternoon, 5, 6 o'clock, might take a short walk, catch a movie, catch a meal, or catch a meal, catch a movie. You know, you just hang out wherever y'all at in the car, your place, her place, talking, vibing. The chemistry is building. Now, as far as, you know, things that we like to do together, those have to be conversations. You know, I've always had conversations with females. So by the time I was ready to get with that. It was on my time. It wasn't on her time. That's the difference. A woman's giving her body to you. It's almost like, to me, I'm gonna make it happen. And when we're in that position, in that space, one on one, she's gonna give it to me. I'm not gonna take it. I ain't took off too many panties in my life. So yeah, I mean, it's hard to listen to that, but yeah.
Yeah.
If she likes you, she's gonna take them off for you, because she'll be there in that space,
Okay.
looking at you, talking about, "Come and get it, Sparta. This is for you tonight." I mean, but then after that, how she moves around you, like if she doesn't call you within 48 hours, you two things. Well, probably she liked you up until she gave you the cheeks. And when you didn't hit the cheeks right, she decided that, one, she was going to just leave you alone, or two, she's going to play you, because if she knows she's like you like her, she's going to treat you like a simp and take your money. So a brother should see that. You know what I'm saying? I've always been able to see it. So if she didn't show up on my time, if I say we're going to get together Wednesday, then get together with me on Wednesday. Or you just talk to me all night on the phone until we go to sleep or something. Somebody come over after that. I don't know, but I don't know, man. I
All
ain't
right.
never.
Hey, big comedian up there. Your turn.
Okay, wow. It was good to have an OG like Coach Furter, because I remember the good old days when you can go out to the park, like he said, you can have a coffee drink, you go somewhere nice and quiet, you have no type of comments, you tend to get to know one another very well. You go to the museum, you go to places that's at least trying to spark an interest, trying to figure out if you really clicked or not. Today's, oh, I want to go to know Dave about the. No, I need to go to know I have. Oh, this retarded ass African bitch. Talk about I want no bean juice. Like, you serious? Last I checked, you're not in Prince, you ain't royalty. So
I mean,
why should I jack my budget just to entertain your dumb ass?
David, you didn't
And
say
then
that to her, did you?
I just said it. I'm being uncut up here because I
But
have I have kept quiet for many years. I tried to be formal about it, but I decided, you know what, entering 2025, I have to be
No wonder
all
why
be
you haven't got laid in so long.
I should take out the bear glove and then go bare African knuckle and be the crazy African guy I've always been, and speak the unfiltered truth. Because I hate to say this, it's not even some women. A huge majority of women out there have overinflated ego and value of themselves.
but Dave, here's the thing. Can you recognize those type of women without speaking to them? Say
Um,
you out. You see 50 women a day when you outside, right? Could
mhm.
you recognize the ones that are worthy of your time compared to the ones that are not?
It's very rare because those ones who very rare, they don't really hang out or be in place that most people will be.
But what I'm
Uh,
saying is, David, if you see them,
hmm
say you go to the places where you know, you listen, you want to find out what's the different types of women are, go to the grocery store.
hmm
Go to the grocery store, go to Whole Foods, go to a natural grocery store,
You're
and
right.
then you'll be able to see the different type
No,
of women.
you
So
you
what
you
I'm
know
saying is,
you
can you
correct because
listen? Because see, you coming into an age. I'm listening to you. Smarter, tell me if I'm wrong, right? He's coming to an age where he's getting on this market. And are you getting on the market?
I'm glad you said that because normally you find them in the grocery like either Whole Food or Trader Joe. They're two good locations to go to. Sometimes you have to go to like Barnes and Noble. You find a location where you find some intellectual book, and you find someone has something into that you have. You can find all kind of places, or you go to the museum, or natural art or history, or you find someone very unique. You don't have to
But
actually
David,
go to a club, but it's easy to spot them. But you have to be very aware of what they're doing. The
but
certain
you
demeanor.
should always be aware, brother David. Listen, you should always be aware of what a woman's doing. Now, if you meet a woman, say we meet today,
Hmm.
and you ask me, do I like something? I'm saying no. You have to accept that answer. Like, oh, cool. Now you know what not to do,
You're
or
right.
you know what not to get her. If
For
somebody don't like
example,
the juice that
David,
you
like
like,
if she comes up to you and goes, and you guys are vibing, you're talking about, you know what? I don't like clean shaven men. I like a beard man, for example,
I tell
or a
you,
goatee guy,
and get what I tell you. I
or
appreciate your
gray hair.
concern. I'll tell you, I appreciate your option. I understand. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. I keep
And
pushing.
that's fair, and that's respectful.
I
You gotta give it
I
credit.
don't I don't have to sweat it because it's not the end of the world. If she says she want a particular look, that's fine. I respect your choices. You have your view. You have your option. I respect that. No problem. Enjoy the rest of your day. Good day. Keep it moving. I won't be like, what are you talking?
And
No,
theirs
no, no,
goes
no,
with
no,
where
no.
my first question was going to be for who joined after this video was the fact that you know a relationship and intimacy. How do they play a role together?
Hmm.
Trey, you want to go first? Because I see
you said,
your gears.
you said relationship and intimacy, right?
Yes, correct.
How do they play in a relationship together?
Yes, and not
It's
in official, meaning like it's
I,
just bang
I
swang,
can
ma'am, goodbye, kind of like you know, hit it and bounce kind of thing, or you
I'll
keeping
break it
around just
down.
for that.
I'll break it down in all three, together and individually, right? So if we together, intimacy is just in that space that we are in. It doesn't have to be in the bed. It can be in the car. It can be sitting on the railroad tracks. It can be at the
Couch.
basketball court, restaurant. It can be anywhere. You know what I'm saying? On the telephone. That's the intimacy, you know what I'm saying, without being physical.
Hmm.
See, one thing that I never had to do, I never touched a female before they told me to touch them. Never. You know, I grew up with sisters, so I didn't comment. I said if a female looked nice, I say, oh, you pretty. You know, fine is a body thing. If somebody tell you fine, they're only looking at your body. But intimacy, they go congruent with, you know, the relationship and the physical, you know, but they also different because we in a physical space, we seeing each other face to face, we sitting down, she's giving me her eyes, she trying to touch me, you know, just all less intimacy and the physical. And I always understand also, you know, just part of the relationship, man. You know, you just got to have the conversation. If it come across your mind during the day, you should always ask the person. Never assume anything because then you get the most authentic answers when you ask the question. If you assume it, then it's on both people who get caught up in the chaos. You know, you find a woman that's sleeping with somebody else. That's your fault as a man because you ain't looking. You didn't ask the question, and then you didn't see how she moved. Because people say stuff, but how do they return your phone call? You ever call a woman and she didn't call you back for 3 days? You always had a woman call y'all back as soon as y'all called. Did you ever have a woman skip a couple of days before she responded back to you?
Oh, plenty of times.
Yeah.
Plenty of times.
See what I'm saying? That's how she moves. So women like that, a man shouldn't be having no
Or a lot of
relation.
times you've been ghost completely. You know, you think the date is going well. It happened to me multiple times. We went out, we had a great dinner, we went out shooting some pool, we maybe bowling. I don't do movies on the first date. That's one rule a
Yeah,
long time ago. I want to
yeah.
get to know you. I want to talk to you. Even coffee. I'll go have coffee. Maybe not. Maybe it's the last minute. She called me. Hey, I'm free tonight. You want to go and get a coffee? Like, okay. You know, some replacement with like maybe Dunkin' or Starbucks or a coffee shop, whatever place is. Keep it very simple because if you guys don't vibe, you know, you're not like, man, I just wasted like $300 on a chicken. I just wasted. No, you feel like okay, it's okay. You can shake hands, hug each other, whatever your thing is, and walk away happy still. But my point is trying to get to is if you a movie does not make you vibe with a person or connect with a person and like, hey, I'm into Marvel. Oh shit, you're into Star. I'm into Star Wars. I'm into Oh, but I'm a really girly girl. I like doing nails and makeup. Like, yeah, not happening here. Like, you get the point where I'm going with this. So going to the movies, I don't think it should be an option. Maybe on a third date, I'll give you that option on the third date and after, maybe even not even if it's fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, maybe after from the third and up, I think it's okay to go to the movies. Between the first and second, no, I don't think so. What do you guys think?
I will agree with you on that because, like I said, you and I come from the same zone, and we always just say if you go into a movie with a female, it's more than likely it can happen right there, and you don't want to make it seem that that's what you want if you're looking for something much serious. Because I'm not gonna lie, even in high school, you used to hear guys talk about how they did it in a movie, in this movie, in that movie. They did. That had been a trend in the '90s and in the '80s. Forget the movie. What about the drive-in movies? It used to happen back then
I
during those
think
times.
that's why everybody loved the drive-ins. To be honest with you, like the movie theater,
Like,
listen. I'm paying like 40, $50 for a movie. I'm watching a fucking movie. I can get my pee pee wet later. I don't need to worry about that right now. I need to watch the movie. So that's the more
but you
important to me
get
at the
the point
moment.
though.
Yeah.
But you get the
All right.
point
Before we
because
move on to the
think
next
about
video, you guys want to answer some of these
it.
questions, some of these comments coming in? All right. Let's go. Let's start with this one. With my little firecracker she is sometimes. Go ahead, David. You read it out.
Why are some women using sex to get what she wants, but when a man does it, he's only confirming she like him? Shaking my head. That's bullshit and complete bias. That has been the age-old argument for more than a couple of decades.
What do you guys think?
Go such Sparta, you and I both know that New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Well, what they're saying that most of these women start to say, uh, you just lucky because she just decided to give you a pity. You just she don't really like you, or she just trying to use you to climb up to the next guy, so to speak. Like it's always been that type of negative type of thinking. This is why I just ask myself this question: what's the point on having sex with just any person if there's no real connection to begin with? Because what she said in that comment, some girls, no offense, you should say mostly the cheerleaders will go through the whole entire football team. If it's not the football team, it's the basketball team. If it's not the basketball team, it's the track team. Like, come on, make it make sense.
All
And
right.
Coach Ferd, you know this very well. You've been in high school, you've been in college. You hear some of the talk that people are saying about one particular girl. That have been the case, but it's like a culture that have been created for multiple decades. I don't know who started it, but it seems to me it's not going away no time soon. Am I wrong?
I mean, no, man, you're not wrong, man. That's what it's just deep. Our culture in America as colored people, it's deep. It's complicated in a sense, but it's a. It would only take a few little twerks to change the whole dynamic, really. But as far as the relationship part of it, I think a lot of people come out of their homes at a young age not knowing what relationships are.
And I agree 100% with that because now our relationship is online. And that's next week's show. Let's jump to that
But
one in a
but
second.
but it has nothing to do with online though. It really doesn't, because even if I was online or face to face, I have to communicate. I have to say my words to a person. I have to ask those questions. I can't just say, "Hey girl, come here and give me some cheeks," and hey boy, come over here and give me that thing." You know what I'm saying?
Or fly you here?
But
But
even in that time,
that's my why I say online because most of these kids don't know how to put some game into it. Go out and actually have a date. Like a date is chilling in Netflix to them.
but that's unlearned behavior. See, those that care for them do not teach them the dynamics. It's about me. It's about me. I'm a generation of X's, man. We wanted it to be about us when we were young, and we went to college. We joined the military. We did everything. Went to trade school, and now we at the be in life, and our children, who have children, because our children are fighting. Young people don't know what intimacy is coming out of the house. Over the last 35, 40 years, man, people are growing up, man. I'll tell you, I'm always say this. The crack era changed the whole relationship concept. Sparta, man, all over the country, just like you hear about Freaknik and other places of the country, people couldn't make it to Freaknik. Man, black people used to get together, man, and hang out, man, in the thousands in the park. Everybody got their cars, man, got their music. The girls got their little outfits. We hook up. You know what I'm saying? When we dated, see, here's the thing. When boys and girls shouldn't come together until they really looking to be with each other. When I was younger, we didn't hang out together. I didn't have girlfriends hanging out with me. 2 or 3 girls hanging with me and my buddies. They stayed in their lane. I stayed in my. Then when we got to hook up, we all, if it's 3 of us going out, say we going out. Listen, when we get in, we gonna get us a little drink. If we drinking, get your drink, and then split up. Find a girl. Then we come back together at the bar after we get our second round and see how we do. We just check in. It made it so much easier. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, I don't know, man. I couldn't date today. I would just tell a woman what we gonna do. If I like her, this is what we gonna do. You in or you not?
All right, go ahead. Take the next comment, Coach.
This right here.
Yeah, I have it up on the screen.
People focus on the dumbest things, then wonder why they end up alone. Yeah, women want to live in comfort. Nothing wrong with that. No, I believe that. Everybody, I want to live in comfort. That's why a woman that I wanted to marry must know how to cook. She must have a clean place. And I'm not saying she has to clean for me every day because everybody works hard. But guess what? If she can climb up on the roof and build rooms and fix stuff and all that, she can do that. Other than that, I'm gonna go make sure I hunt. I call it hunting when I'm out in the world. I'm gonna get the food. I want it fried, sauteed, baked, all that. I want all that. That's part of it. I want, but that's always been me. That's how I grew up. You know, my mother didn't play. My father didn't play. You know, my father was the dirtiest dude I knew as a kid. So hanging around guys, I never liked it. But as far as the ladies, yeah, I want a clean woman. You know what I'm saying? Comfort. Yeah, comfort is, you know, the house smelling good. We got plenty of food. We got gas in our cars. We can live off of $15 a day. If she can live off of $15 a day, it's gonna make me a happy cobbler, man. I mean, I'm living the life that, you know, I didn't imagine, but I used to think about it like, because I've dated plenty of women, man. It's never been a problem. But once I realized I needed to settle down myself so I can grow and build like I wanted to, it just took off. Like I said, 54 years old, I retired. I'm 56 now, so going on 57 in February, but I ain't got to do nothing. And I hope, Brother David, Brother Spot, I hope y'all find somebody.
I'm glad you asked that question. I say that because here's the thing. I told Ghost of Sparta this, and I'm gonna make it public. I know I'm going back into the market, but I'm not touching this United States market. Not with a 10 foot, not with a 50-foot pole. I said it very crystal clear. I am completely writing off every single woman on this country soil. Period. If I'm looking for a wife, it gotta be outside this country. I could care less. I don't care how long it takes me, but I'm not wasting my time with people who would make me feel like I'm dumbing myself down for the most dumbest fraud ever.
But brother, you don't know every woman though.
I'm not saying I don't know every woman. I get it. I understand it. I don't have to know every other woman. All I
Yes,
know
you
is
do.
that let me tell you what I was saying. Coming from a cultural background that I should I stick with when I came back to this country, but instead I put it to the side, and I see why my uncles and my elder advice had a unique value compared to most. So I'm saying, you know what? I'm not wasting my time again. If anyone would convince me that I'm wrong, then you have a certain level of value system that will make me want to consider dealing with you right off the back. So I made it my crystal clear. If you see me out there, don't try to get my attention because I'll be in a completely zone right off the back. I don't want to deal with no drama. I don't want to deal with no bullshit. I don't want to deal with no idiotic mindset because if you're not where I want to be, what I need to be, I will pass you by like an air vapor. That's just me. So I made it crystal clear. Once I'm clear, I'm on my own. I'm not dealing with no. I've been without sex for more than 3 years now and counting. So no, I'm not gonna die. But what I'm not gonna do is waste my time with just anybody at all. Period. I'm so I can't even say gun ho dead serious. I'm beyond brick and mortar dead serious because I've seen what I've seen, I've observed what I've observed. And yet there are a few going out there, but for me, I'd rather stick to my cultural foundation that I pushed aside. I should have known better. And learning more about my culture and reconnect with my family, I think, you know what? Enough is enough. You will have to prove me you're a woman of substance. If you're not a woman of substance and you're about this dumb bullshit ideology, believe me when I say this, I can walk past and act like you never existed. I have a mean streak when it comes to doing that. And I don't have no pride. I could care what any other female say out there on social media. It doesn't phase me.
But brother David, here you are. You gotten to this point. You hadn't
I know.
always thought about that because
No,
how old are you
the reason
now? How old are you now?
I'm 46. I got into this point
Okay,
because I thought about it for a while, and I was asking myself if I'm making the right decision. I'm always conscious about my decision that I make, and I ask myself that I did the wrong thing or I did the right thing. And going through what I'm going through in life, I'm like, you know what? I should have known better.
David,
I should have made that
stop right
choice.
there. Stop right there. You cannot be looking in the past like what ifs, or this or
I
that, or
know,
whatever.
and I know that. I know that.
no,
I
you don't.
But
understand
you're
that.
doing it, dude.
Yes, you're
Like
doing it.
I tell you straight up, I don't fucking bullshit. All my subscribers, all my friends, everybody knows me. I'll call your shit out right fucking live right now. I'm calling you right out right now, dude.
No
You're
Don't
problem.
looking in
shake
the
your
past.
head. Don't shake your
Look,
head.
dude, I
I got
love
no
you to death.
problem.
Like you're my own brother. You know this, and I had your back from day
Hmm.
one, haven't I?
You have.
And this is me calling you out right now. You're looking back. Don't worry. You know that relationship
I'm
ended,
not worried
correct?
about it. I'm not worried about it.
Yes, you
All
are.
I Here's the thing. Let me make it super clear.
Get him, Sparta. Get him, man.
No,
Hold him.
let
Get
me
him.
make it super. Let me make it super clear.
You already did a
It,
whole lot of
I
explaining, and
I
you went
know
backwards.
my belief, what I desire, what I want in my life, is something that I know very crystal clear, or the very minute few may fit in. But I'm not gonna wait for that. Like I said,
Brother David, how long have you believed this philosophy that you're speaking of?
let me see.
Come on now, you should know right off bat.
I believe they fought for a while, but I started getting
Now,
back.
what's a while? A while. Put
No,
a time on
Okay,
it.
David, I'll give you a good example.
no, not since you're acting right now, I'll be more specific. That thought process had be coming back to me about 7 years ago,
How long?
and I've been and I've been
How old are your
and
babies?
my son is 14, my daughter is 12. And whether I say that 7 years, there was something that struck a chord that I thought the question I asked myself, what I'm dealing with. And I thought I asked myself, did I allow this thing to slide? Can I get back on the right path? Or is no way I can get back on it? Is there a way out of this situation or something can change? I'm always in my head and I'm always thinking. This is why I normally just stick to myself and ask the question and I validate what I'm doing, what I'm not doing. If anything, I blame myself whatever choice I made before anyone blame me. So I'm not like everybody else. So I understand what I got myself into.
But why you blame yourself though?
Because
You.
initially, I made the choice to be who I want to be with, who I
But
want to
that's
marry.
everybody.
I understand
Initially, that's
everybody.
what
I
we
know,
do. But
and I know I hold myself accountable for that. But at the same token, as I'm running from past mistake, I say, you know what?
what
I
mistakes
know
you made, man? You ain't made no mistakes. Not
maybe
in
not.
your life.
David,
Maybe in your relationship.
end of
But
the day, David, it wasn't you that happened. It was her. She couldn't keep her legs closed. She could not be stop being a whore. And we talked about this in private, haven't we? And you agreed
I
with
know we
me.
did.
Okay.
I
If
understand, but what I'm saying
listen,
this.
every woman I've been with, there's
All I
one
know is
rule I
this.
have. If you don't want to be with me, that's
I learned
fine.
I've gone through. I think, you know what? I know what to sign to look for. But while I'm doing that and working on me, I'm saying, you know what? Going forward, I'm not gonna have interest in doing so. You have to
but but
convince
but
me. No, what I'm saying
brother,
that you will have to convince me to have interest in that person. If there's no interest there, I'm not wasting my time.
but,
I learned for what I've
but
done
brother,
wrong or look what I overlooked, but I'm saying going forward, I know what I want in my life. If I'm not going to find it, I'm better off by myself. But what I'm not going to
But,
do is
but
waste my time on unnecessary things. That's just me.
I'll, I'll say this and I'm gonna leave it alone, man. Because like Sparta said, man, shoulda, coulda, woulda about
I
stuff
know.
that's already passed. You don't live through it, right? You have two
Hmm.
beautiful children right now, right?
Hmm.
And if you want your world to get back to the greatest space, you never lose the relationship you got with your children, man. I
That's
don't
not the
care.
case.
I
That
don't
would be
listen.
a problem.
I don't care what you do. It ain't. I don't care what you do. You can tiddlywink, go to school, get more education, learn, get into your trade, grow a beard, a mustache, date a
Hey,
woman.
what's the beer comments there,
No,
mister?
no, no. I'm saying because he ain't got none, so that's why I said he ain't got a beard or mustache. No, I'm good. Look, he don't have none. I said for him to
I
grow
cleaned
one.
I took everything off.
I
I
know,
went clean.
but the only thing I'm saying
When
is
we
this.
when we give you my special serum, I help you out.
Yeah, give it to him. But he ain't gonna do. He ain't gonna grow. He gonna keep shaving. But look, brother David, listen. You older. Focus on you. I say focus on you. Don't be questioning yourself what you did. You was a family man. You got children out of a marriage. That's the greatest accomplishment ever. Don't ever. If a woman chose to move on, so fucking what? And I mean that. You know what I'm saying? Focus on you, and then the woman, and that's why I bring the children up, not to bring them, but it'll build so many blessings to your life that you can't even see. You can't even imagine. And you see what's out here. You talking against what they go against if you know what I'm saying. So if you don't lead them, but don't focus on you. Focus on you. You just got
And
out of
that's what
a you just got
that's
off
what I was
something.
saying.
But
That's what I
no,
was saying
just focus
before
on
because
you. Don't even focus. Listen, don't think about where you go find a woman because she could be
mhm,
anywhere. But she's only the woman is as long as you own a purpose. You can't wonder. You can't be focused on everybody else and
well,
conversations.
and
I'm
you're
telling you.
1000% correct. You're
I'm telling you,
1000%.
but
That's
brother
All
what
David,
I
right, all
are
right,
said.
you
all right.
going back to
Let's
your
get back on
country?
track here for a second. Let's get catch up with some comments. Comments like a little. Let's go from Alicia's here because she has something. I agree. Men are players. Some men are. And I can't disagree with that. And some women are the same too. It goes both ways here. Men say they're looking for more than sex. Well, then where are they? I am dating in the world are 90% of men. So, um, this is a hard one. Trey, take it because you got more experience than this I do.
But that's why women are totally different from men because women don't understand that men look at them and relationship with them based off the value that they present to the world. You have to. That's why I say you have to ask questions. Even in asking somebody a question, they may give you an answer, but just watch how they move for 90 days. And it's back to the just when do you have sex? Shit, give that shit 21 days. You know, give it 21 days, give it 30 days. Have a conversation. If a person's not talking to you every day, then that's all he want. If he just call you after 10 o'clock on the workday, on the weekend, that's all he want. If he don't call you on a lunch break, when he's on his way home, or she don't call you, yeah. But how are you presenting yourself to the world? Do you have your boobies out Monday through Friday, Sunday through Friday? Do you drink a lot? Do you smoke a lot? Guys look at all that, but
All right, I actually know her personally.
I'm sorry,
So she dresses very. What's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't flash her
reserved.
skin out. Where I'm looking for. She's not a smoker. I know that for a fact, and she has an occasional drink here and there. But she's not like the one who. She's a mother. I give her credit. She's a very good mother. She can be annoying at times, like most women, but she's a good friend. But
She needs to date a man with children. And how does he handle his children? Now, you have to have similarities when the children. Does he have custody of his children? Do they have smart children? Are your children smart? People pay attention. I don't know. If you got smart kids, you got to make sure their kids at least a B average doing stuff. It all plays hand in hand to me. You know what I'm saying? Because yeah, most men we want to talk to you based off your attraction, and your attraction is part of our wanting to be intimate with you, put our hands on you, in a soft way. We want to, that's why we talk to you. But then we listen to what you say and how you move. Well, that's how it should look. But yeah, 99, I'll say 99.9999% of men, if he's attracted to a woman, he saw it in his mind just like y'all see it in your mind.
All right,
Both
let's
of
go
them.
over I call her short little firecracker. She has a bite behind her. And she has some good points too. And sometimes we argue half the times. She knows I'm right, but that's a different story. Okay, girls, I feel you, but I found a good guy than he. Oh, I know this guy. That's the funny part. That's why I'm laughing. He is a good guy. He's a pain in the ass, but he's a good guy. I had no faith at all. I literally felt that I wasted
It wasn't meant to be.
me in a relationship. Let's go to our next comment. David, this is for you. All right, I'm gonna now pay attention because she is pretty smart, believe it or not. All right, David, people learn from their past. Thing one. Hang on, I got a bell for you. Hang on. Wrong buddy. Sorry. I give you that one. That's one from their past. Where I live, learn from each other. Learn from each other. Past help you understand their mindset now. However, living in the past and pushing a future
Punishing.
partner
Punishing
only
a future
means
partner
you're
only means,
half a sign.
and I'm very aware of that 1,000%. Like I said, I'm not punching anybody for my past partner. What I'm saying is, yes, I will learn from my past, which I normally do. I'll learn about the mindset as well. I learn about the warning time. What I'm saying is this: what I learn, I use it as a teaching tool to make sure I don't repeat the same mistake again. But that being said, there's always been what they call a cultural conflict, which I've been aware of for far too long.
But, but
I'm saying that because I chose not to follow my culture when I made my choices. Then when I start to look back, I think, you know what, I should have stick with what I know. That would have been better for me. I think going forward, okay. Since these are the fundamental, these are the foundation, I want to make sure I find something that worth spending the rest of my life, well, the rest of my time and my life with. If you meet those foundation, that's great. If you don't, I'm not saying we'll punish anybody. You will have to get my interest first for me to consider you. That's what I'm just saying. Period. 'Cause I know the kind of person I am. I know the individual I am. When I'm laser focused on something, I'm laser focused. Yes, my kid are my responsibility. I'm not going to bypass. That's not going to be the
David,
case.
I have told you 100 times. It's not about your kids right now.
I
You're
know
a
that.
great father, a great grandfather, great grandfather, and you're probably great at something else too. I don't fucking know. You're a good man. This is not about your kids or anything. It's about
I
you
know.
now.
I know that.
This is
I know
healing.
that.
Hang on, let me finish. It's healing. I went through it. Trey went through it. Every man goes through it at some point in their lives.
Hmm.
Even a woman goes through it too. So it doesn't matter. You need to heal. Are you healed for 100%? Are you positive, first of all?
Let's put it like this. I'm just driven on what I want to accomplish my career. That's all I'm focused about right now.
And that's respectful. But right now, you need to get out of where you're at and move on. Until you're out of that situation, because you're living with your ex is not going to help you heal up here.
I know.
First of all,
Like I say, I understand that. Like I say, I have blocked that. The thing about me, what I normally do, I find a place where I can have my own sanctuary.
I can
Uh,
ask Alex. He has room next to his bed. Let's get to the next video, guys. Let's go to this one. Actually, see what this one was. A little interesting. Now, there she is. All right, guys, buckle up and
Oh,
enjoy the ride.
I'm currently single. And the last guy that I dated, after a few weeks of dating, he invited me to go on this really exotic vacation that he paid for.
Okay.
But up until this point, we hadn't had sex yet. I like to wait a little bit,
Yes, you
wait
should.
for the chemistry and all that. So we went on this exotic vacation. It was amazing. Chemistry was there. Obviously, we ended up having sex. And then when we got back from this trip, things just kind of started to fizzle out. So my question is, how long are we supposed to wait? I feel like if we do wait, you can get burned,
Right.
and you're investing a lot of time and emotions into it, and you get hurt.
So-
But if you
So your question is, when you're dating someone, how long should you wait before you have sex? with them?
exactly.
Huh, fella?
I don't know. I feel like it's better to find out sooner than later. You know, I think you got your answer. But you know, I've been hit with a 3-date rule before, and
Okay.
you know, I think guys should respect it. Like if you know you wanna wait it out, like that's totally cool. But man, I don't know. I feel like if we're trying to do this thing, like let's figure it out now. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, I'm different. I like building the anticipation a little bit. It makes it building up that tension a little bit. And plus, if he's being a little bit impatient in that department, if he's prioritizing the sex over the relationship, then I don't think he's the guy for you.
You had a good time.
Yeah.
You just went with your gut feeling.
Of course.
Right? And I don't like putting numbers on things. It's not like, oh, 3 months, 6 days, 6 months. Like, no, you felt it. You did it. You're a grown woman. And now it's just up to you guys to try to build the relationship around, because you can't go back on it.
No.
You already gave it up, so, you know.
All right, let me hear from the ladies. True team, what say you?
I say I disagree. You got to wait 6 days, 12 hours, 32 seconds. I'm going with Alex. You know when that moment is. If it's after that first date, if it's after the third date, if it takes 5 days, you'll know. It's a stupid question. You know, you knew when the right time was because you let him have it, right?
Right. That
Well,
means
Samantha, I always tell women, until you feel like it's not going to affect how you respond after, you shouldn't do it.
Okay.
Because otherwise, you start acting clingy, you start doing that stage 5 clinger stuff, and that pushes the guys away.
Yeah.
So you got to be secure that no matter what happens from here, I'm good with it. And whether that's after the first date or a year, that's up to
But
you.
wait a minute, you just dropped a new one on me. Stage 5 clinging
Yeah,
stuff?
you guys know what I'm talking about, stage 5 clinger. Come on, Corey.
Stage 5 clinger is just someone that like you can't get rid of. Like they keep coming back and like you know
Yep.
just like
How's it going? How's
they
it going?
They
When are we
might
going out
crawl
again?
through your
How's it
window
going?
one night. You just never know what to do with it. You know?
I got a question
Like
for
a
both you
stage
guys.
10.
Is that a new word?
No.
That's in the dictionary. It should be.
It's not a new
should
word.
be.
Stage 5 clinger.
Stage 5 clingers have been around for a long time.
I know, right? I'm out the loop.
Also joining us from Level Connections, an exclusive matchmaking and consulting firm. It's dating and relationship coach, April Beyer. April, what advice do you have for Samantha?
Well, Samantha, the thing I see that women do, the biggest mistake women make, is they think the sex killed it. If a relationship happens, whether the sex happens early on or later on, and it fizzles, don't think that by default it was the sex that ended it. The connection wasn't there, the foundation wasn't there. So what you need to do is ask yourself, what do I need to feel before I have sex with somebody? So if your word is, hey, I want to feel safe with someone, you could feel safe after 1 date. You could feel safe after 20 dates. It's up to you to know how you feel about you before you have sex with somebody. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Samantha. All right, and you know what? You
Flag
fine.
on the
Maybe you
play.
and Corey.
Flag on the play. I'm sorry. You have Vivica A. Fox. The serial cannot keep a man woman on that show. And this lady talked about she felt in the gut. You did felt in the gut. He was hitting that gut a couple of times. Which I was like, okay, why would I listen to a bunch of women who don't know what the hell they're talking about?
Brother David, the question was asked. Even the man responded. Vivica Fox was asking the question about,
I know,
the
but those
woman
men
gave
are
her.
not the kind of men I would ask the question.
Hold on,
They're
but
all
see, you can't
players.
say that. You got to go. But see, that's why you got to break it down for the people who don't know. See, you may know, yes, they might not want to hang out with you. But in the context of it, the woman met a guy. I meet a guy, Sparta meet a guy. We vibing. We already got trips planned. We going to Vegas. I meet a female, Sparta. We all meet a girl. Hey, we going to Vegas in 2 weeks. You want to go? Yeah, I want to go. That means she like, okay, one, they want to go anyway. So you expect that. Two, what happens when you get there, that should be conversations along the way and how you vibe. You know what I'm saying? I mean, women know. And listen, if you, let's just be honest. In our culture, if you tell a woman that she give you the cakes 2 weeks before y'all go, and then you go, it is what it is. But in this scenario, it wasn't wrong with what I like the the lady, I like what the brother said, and the other lady next to him said exactly the way it was. And the one little young chick, the Asian chick, they all three said exactly where it was. She knew exactly what she wanted to do when she went and gave it to him. And like the other chick said, once you go there, and I used to tell my sisters, and that's how it was. If you give it up to a guy and you like him and you want to find out if he like you, once you give it up, you just don't call him. Don't reach out to him. And then it is what it is. You just take it, you just chalk it up as a loss. You had it, and now you know what I'm saying. If he try to talk stupid, just tell the world like, oh, he ain't do nothing. He ain't bust a grape. You know what I'm saying? That's the way girls used to do it. Then you shut up. But yeah, I've done what happened to her. And we adults about it. Two adults should never complain about that shit. He took her, she gave it up, he took on it. Yeah, supposed to. You be adults. Just brothers, if you get it, just make sure you wax that ass. Simple as that. But they said right, you know. But the clinginess, yeah, just see how he moved. Don't call him. And if he don't call you, just chalk it up. Y'all both gave up something to each other. No love lost.
But I
Keep it
think
moving.
go both ways. If you ask me, I know that very well. I've heard multiple stories on that type of trip that took place. He got sprung. He got too clingy. So
That's what some guys do who ain't about that.
and and she's not feeling it, or it's the other way around. He done something that got her messed up, and she don't feel comfortable being with another woman, but she kind of like claim territory kind of thing. Those things
Yeah.
always lead to trouble. And me, I always say this: if you're not prepared for it, avoid it. Yes, you go on the trip, but you guys don't have a title yet, and things pop off. What could happen a few days after? It can determine how the relationship will work. And hope that you don't work together. So y'all work together? Oh shit. I work in corporate America and they have to impart because of that. So some people go too far because they're not feeling comfortable about it. And they let it out there. And I've seen that on the corporate floor a couple of times. One in particular female came down to the tech office, working for Estee Lauder, asked me, "Do you see Sean? Where's Sean?" I'm like, Sean is not here. If she's a message, we'll let her know you're looking for her. No, I'm not going to. You just going to find Sean for me. I'm on there doing a couple of tickets. This woman barging our room, asking us, me and a few other people, to go out there and look for Sean in the corporate office, mind you. And I told her politely, professional, I am sorry. You don't know where he's at right now. What you want to do is leave your name, your number. When he come, I will delay your message to him that you were looking for him. I don't care. I'm gonna say, well, you're gonna go look for. She sat right next to me when I'm trying to quote her a couple more tickets. I look at her back and see one of my team members gonna get the manager because it would get out of hand. The manager had to calm down, speak to her, and let her know that if she don't stop it, she'll let her boss know. And she's an executive assistant. So imagine that type of shit going down. And when the guy comes, we have to lock the door and ask, I say, dude, what's up? What's up with this homegirl? I know you have a couple of girls in this building. I'm like, what's up with this homegirl? I don't know what you're talking about. I say, dude, don't play me. I'm from Brooklyn. We know when you pipe her the wrong way and she get attached to your ass, she come in here knocking, acting to look for your ass. Like, what's up? So I get it, and I know this very well. And this happened in real life. So that's why I'm hoping that these trips that these people be going, they're not co-workers. Because if they are co-workers, one of them can lose their job or both lose their job over that stupid petty shit. So I'm very aware about that. I would say avoid it at all costs because you don't know how it's going to end. That's just me. I had to deal with a younger dude telling him, please, if you want to pipe many chicks up in this building, do me a favor, try to keep it outside. Don't have it be within, because luckily it didn't get worse to this because she was trying to harass us to look for his dumb ass. I'm not babysitting nobody, but that type of thing, I'm not a fan of it. Real talk.
All right, let's finish the video really fast.
Need to, exchange numbers.
Hey, red's my favorite color. Just
We got some matchmaking going on here today. Face the truth. I'll make sure that happens.
All right, guys, we got. Now we finished the video. You got anything else to add to it before we go to the next one?
Hey, what you want to do? Because that one,
Spot,
that's
I
a
want
nice.
to hear your answer
To what?
to this last
That.
video.
So they were going on a trip.
Right.
If I'm taking you on a trip and you're not giving something up,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be very happy because I just spend a lot of money on this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that should be it. If I'm dating you for 3 or 4 months and I'm going on a trip, at this point I'm like, I need to seal the deal kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So in that expectation, if you're sleeping next to me that night, yeah, I'm definitely smashing you. End of story. We're both adults. We both are, grown up at this point. Know what's going to happen. If it didn't work out after that, that's why I kind of believe in that statement in the other videos that, like, you might eat the chemistry not into till you get to the bedroom part. Yes, it is also, your personality and all that stuff, but it's also part of the chemistry in the bedroom too. So maybe he was cool with her, maybe as a friend, like, oh yeah, you're kicking and you got to talking, whatever the case is. But when it came down to that part, he might be like, it wasn't that good. And I cannot, I'm not gonna sit there and teach her. She's old enough. She needs to learn this stuff already. You know what I'm saying?
But I think it's I I believe. I mean, I don't understand everybody's form of sexual activity, but
Everybody's different. Remember that. Like some people are some weird kinky shit, bro. Let's get to be honest.
yeah, I mean, and that's what I'm
Like
saying.
David.
That's why I was like, it's I can only speak for myself in that sense when it comes to taking a girl and we hanging out and we getting intimate.
Bro, you
Yes.
haven't been on a date in 50 years. You've been married for like 60, right?
No, listen, man, I was single, man, for a long time, man. I was married, divorced, married again. I was 15. Listen, man, even before that, man, before I got married, man, I was a single man. In my 20s, I never had a problem with women. In my 30s and 40s, I never had a problem with women. Never. What I'm saying is, when it comes to that, there's chemistry prior to, like you said, dating, hanging out. We go on a trip, we better have some chemistry before we even got on the trip. Is all I'm saying. We talked on the phone, you showed up, you shown me, you shit. Because listen, understand this. Some women, now here's where you can get caught up. Some women might give you some top and not give you no sex. So how you treating that? You making sure she going on the trip, ain't she? You're like, yeah, she going. But what I'm saying is, you're an adult. Adults, it's different. She likes you, you like her. She's giving you signs prior to. It's signs, and you don't even have to ask that question. I never asked a female for sex. Never. I just watched how she moved, how she touched me, how she got close to me. How that's the easiest sign ever. You don't have to say a word. And yes, there's been some times where we got together. Hell, they ain't want to talk to me no more. I ain't want to talk to them. Okay, cool. And no love now. If I see you next week, I'm gonna say, hey, what's up? I ain't gonna say your name. I'm just gonna say, hey, what's up? How you doing? You can be with a man. Hey, what's up? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Keep it moving. She know in the back of her mind what I did, and I know what she did.
Let me say something about that because this is something I've been paying close attention. It's like two sides of the coin. You got a part where you go on a trip, and I've heard the argument on the corporate floor where some people feel when a guy invites you on a trip, in another way of saying is, if I'm paying for the trip and you coming with me, then you have to oblige to give up something for the cost of the trip, so to
How
speak.
about we ask this in the chats? Because we have some females in the chats tonight.
Because
I'm like,
I've
ask
been,
them. Like,
you can
hang
put
on,
that
David.
question there.
Let's ask them. So, if you guys were on a trip with a guy,
Mhm.
you're dating him, would you do the nasty? The best way I want to put it out there. Would you guys,
But
seal the deal,
they
whatever?
wasn't dating, Sparta. They wasn't dating. They met and they had met. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can consider it dating. And if they liked you, yes, that's a great. It's like, okay. So the question I'm saying, and you right on. If you met a guy and he was going on you don't know, he was going on a trip within a month, and y'all started dating and talking and interesting, and y'all went on the trip, would you give him some cake or would you hold out? Simple as that.
That'd be a very unique question because the way I look at it, like I said, I've worked in many corporate environments and I hear these conversations among the lunchroom where they be discussing about and talk about why should I give it up even though he offered to pay for my ticket to go on a trip whatsoever. You should be lucky to take me with him. I don't have to give it up. Sort of thing. And I hear the guy part of it and me, if I gotta pay for the ticket, I gotta pay for the whole thing, and you come with me, you might well oblige to give me the cake. That had been a back and forth I've been going on for at least decade and a half. Now it's going to the next level. If I fly you out, next level thing.
Now you're talking about like a 90-day fiance kind of thing there, David.
No, it's not 90 days, but it's also in within the state. We hear people talk about, oh, I got flown out to Texas, or I got flown out to Arizona. They put him pay for my ticket to come out there. And when the guy found out he's not getting the cake, it's on social media. What do you think that happened? They put the girl on blast because this is what I've been aware of for a while. It
But
went from going on a trip to if the guy fly you out and he paid for a class to have you come meet him, but after he wind down, you spend X amount of money and you don't give it up, it become a problem.
brother
That's why I say
David,
that
the guys you talking about, those guys are worth nothing. They at the bottom. Those guys, those are not respectful, worthy guys, man. Be real about it.
and I understand that very
So
clearly.
you can't even. I mean, I don't see how
No,
you can use
no,
that as a.
I'm
Let's
saying
talk
that
about you. Let's talk about guys like you, the regular guy. That's the working guy.
me,
Have you ever
that
had
like
to? You know, you haven't had to go to that extreme, right? To get it
no.
right.
My thing is that if I'm going on a trip or something, if I'm bringing a girl, that would be a person who I already got to a place in my life that we're about to be engaged. If I take to that next, I'm not gonna just bring anyone just dating on a trip with me because I already be aware of that because there'll be like a level of guilt being placed upon. I'm always
Upon
thinking about
who? Who's guilty? You.
not me. I'm
So
not
how
gonna
you
be
can
guilty
you
for
can't assume that though. You can't
like I
assume it.
say, I know I cannot assume that, but I'm being aware of the scenario. My thing is that if I'm gonna bring a woman with me on a vacation trip,
Look at the
wherever I
chat.
go,
Look at the chat. Look at
as
that.
I say, if I feel comfortable enough to go on a trip, say it again, if I feel comfortable going on a trip with a man, then sex shouldn't be an issue. I get that. It should not be an issue. It shouldn't be. But at the same time, we know how women like to pretend and play the game. I'm being aware of that for a while. I'm simply that I'm a very logical thinker, and sometimes I chose not to go by logic and to give it a chance. Now I'm on my place whereby I'm trying to be on logic 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Meaning, if it's not worth it, it's not worth it. I'm not going to waste my time. Some of that days, what I said, we're not on that level. We're not on that level. I'm not going to take no woman who I don't take seriously on a trip with me. No, I'm not going to do that. That'll be the last I'm going to do. And I don't follow society. No, I just look at what is best for me. So I get what you guys are saying. I understand that. I'm not making no issue. What I'm saying, what I've learned, what I've understood. If the woman feel comfortable to be with me, go on that trip, that because we are in that particular level. I'm not gonna bring someone you just dated for a month or two. I feel like it's still not enough. Because yes, we can go on a trip, we try to have a good time. Then I might see something that it could be a complete turn off and I'm like, what the point of me being that person on the trip to begin with? I would get to know that person on a deeper level before I even take on a trip with me in the first place. That's just my logic.
That is a really rough situation to be in general, David, because you might think it a one way, then it might be the other way, if that makes sense. Am I making sense here or no?
Like I said, it go both
You're
sides
muted.
situations.
Oh,
You're
there you go.
making sense. That's what I say.
So
It's a both sides
here's where I'm saying that because
situation.
that could, if you
Like
thought
I
you
said,
guys are cool, hey, come on a trip with me, she might twist that around and run to a freaking HR. In other words, and then you lose your job. So that's a catch-22. You're really risking that. So I will never recommend anybody playing that flirting game.
No, never do that. Never.
Yeah.
Never flirt with nobody you work with ever. You better not ever do that. Never.
Oh,
You looking for trouble, and
they
you
put
get
like this.
everything. You get
They have been
everything you
policy
deserve.
coach first
Um,
at the 23-year working corporate America. What I've seen so far, they even have policy that want people not to do such things. They don't listen. They don't care. And I be
It
looking at
doesn't
them like,
matter. Yeah. So,
I'm like,
brother David, listen, brother David, you've been outvoted by the women in the chat because they all
here's
giving
the,
it up on the trip. If they like you, see, if you know if a
if they
woman
like
likes
you,
you, so,
I know, I know that. But I'm at a stage where I'm like, I really don't care if you like me. If you don't have substance, I don't want you. That's where I'm
I
at.
mean, brother David, you
No,
single,
no,
man.
no. Let me put it like this. I got colleagues who will vouch while I was married. I'm working in corporate. I had women throwing themselves on me, even though they know I was married. I still paid on no freaking mind. If I made up my mind, I made up my mind. It's what it is. And
Brother David, yes.
even God think I was weird doing that because I said that's the kind of person I am.
No,
So
brother
it doesn't
David,
even
I
matter.
understand that. Listen, I, I know you was going through some things, and if you are, then you have to just again, Sparta keeps saying it. It's about you.
I
I'm
know.
just saying that when it comes to your baby, just don't really lose that relationship. But it's about you. Listen, you're a single man, right? In your mid-40s. I'm gonna say this, and I hope I don't hurt your feelings, but I'm speaking to you. Listen, I'm gonna speak to you like you the same color as my little brother, same exact damn color, blood. So I'm gonna speak to you like him. Listen, right now, just focus on your career, like you said. Get in shape. Start getting healthier. Start getting healthier. Start getting healthier. That's the A
Hmm.
number one. And
That's my
and
number one
and
goal.
focus. Listen, don't even worry about the women. Because women go say stuff you ain't liking and they ain't gonna agree with you. So damn what? That's
That's
what
my plan.
when you meet somebody new, that's what happens.
And that's my
And
number one
and
plan to begin with.
and again, just present yourself to the best of who you are. Not just the old talking point YouTube guy. The
Nah,
authentic,
I ain't got time for that.
guy that you are.
All right,
And
hang on a second, guys, because I'm gonna lose my shit in a second. Have you guys been reading the chats at all? Because somebody's talking shit around us right now. Because they're about to get blocked in 2 seconds. You're gonna watch your
oh,
fucking mouths. I know who this person is.
I can't
Who's
She's a
talking shit?
scumbag.
hold on.
She's a trailer trash, and she thinks she's somebody. She has a degree of a toilet paper. So
I
you know
don't know
what?
who you're talking about.
I don't know, but
I've been reading it, but I don't know.
yeah, I know who she is. I blocked her once already.
Put
So
it up on the screen.
you guys want to handle it? Go for it because I'm gonna. I won't hold back. You know me.
No, I want to see. I want to see what they said.
I'll start from the
Road
top
Money
actually.
official.
Here's from the start.
Yo, this old ass man here really think they're doing something. The one at the bottom got my respect, but the other two are made for each other. Just say y'all don't like women and get together. Road Berry official. Ooh, my first victim of the week. Um, I'm
Have
not
fun, David.
sure. I'm not sure you're a retarded broad or a low IQ idiot, but what
Both
people are
actually,
talking
but
about,
trailer
he
trash
said
too.
both. I just think he missed a couple of schools. Like, it doesn't matter me not liking women. I don't like trash as female. Not every female actually a woman. I have said it several times on multiple platforms. There are different levels to this. We have women, we have ladies, we have girls, and we have thought or trash. Now you need to ask yourself, where do you sit in? Because women are people of high intellect, high virtue, a woman of substance. Lady are trying to transition to a woman. The girls are either bound to either be a lady or be a complete trash. So when you make such a statement, you only mean two or three things. Maybe you're that type of bucket people have throwing the hot dog from a distance for a 3-pointer. I don't know. I'm not sure that is you, but where I'm from, Brooklyn, you come out like you the path around hole. I'm just saying. So if you want to try me, be my guest so I can take your show, make you feel shit about yourself. Okay?
I love you, David. I love you, my man. Go for it. Here's a second
Because
comment. I got
Baba,
more coming. Hang on.
if I'm
I'll keep pumping
if
them
I'm
up.
okay to go on a trip, I'll enjoy the trip with that person. Yeah. If you're okay to go on a trip, but doesn't mean I'll pick anyone with you on a trip. If you're not worth it, I'm not taking you. That's what I'm trying to say. we turn on ourselves. Interesting. Why I have to tell myself when I say if you're not worth my time? I'm sorry, not every guy have the same. Every guy have different standards on what they want in a woman. Some want trash like you. Some want something with virtue in it. I'm just saying. I don't know. Are you the one that everybody passed around in a party when you get you laced up with liquor, everything, and everybody going after you, run a train on you? I think that's what the kind of person you are. I don't know. I've seen that type before in corporate America. I'm just saying. If you're the type, then I don't want that type. So let it be real, okay? Because the way you come up like a keyboard warrior.
But no,
And
what
God
is she
and
saying
God
so
and,
bad?
and God forbid, I hope you put yourself on camera, it don't break the screen. I'm just saying.
Oh shit!
I told you, I'm the wrong one to mess with. Where we from
All right, you know
Brooklyn,
what? Let's,
if
let's
you
stop here
can't
for a
take
second, David.
if you
I want
cannot
to
take the
continue.
heat, don't come in the kitchen.
The one thing I'm gonna say, I'm gonna drop it here, and then that's I don't hear another about. Is if you come after me personally, that's fine. But you come after me or my friends and anybody else, you're coming after a war, pretty much. I have so many people back me up. I got David. I have BMU. I have Coach. There is not even a God on this planet who's going to protect you if you come after me. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it there. If you guys agree or disagree with me,
I keep it
I'm just,
1,000.
I'm still trying to figure out what she said was so bad. Unless she was
But
personally attacking y'all, because she may
no,
know y'all may know
she's
something I
attacking
don't
me
know.
personally because I told her agree is I wipe her with toilet paper, and she got all pissy because she go, oh, I have a
toilet paper.
$60,000 house in DC. No, you don't, bitch. You live in a fucking trailer trash. Yeah, she talks shit. Oh, my husband died. I don't care. I went to her. I told her get a broken condom. I don't care.
She might have
Like
took
she's
him
trying
out.
to. She's trying to attack my people on here. And I'm like, yo, I'm not gonna have it. I told her, shut the fuck up. Simple.
No,
And she's
let her
butthurt
come.
now.
Let her come
No,
to the
I
roast
thought she was
section.
commenting on what I was saying in reference. I didn't know she was attacking people personally.
No, she can come
No,
at
okay,
me what
let's
she
get
wants. I'm ready for
where
the
are we
heat.
here?
It doesn't matter me
Let's
roasting and hurting people's feelings. I enjoy doing that.
But she's right on the questions, though. She right. She said she would go out and on the trip with somebody and give up the case.
I'm never gonna argue with someone's right. Something she has a good point to. I'm not gonna disagree with that. But when you're spiteful about it and you're nasty about it, I'm going to have some beef about it. Yes, I'm going to say something about it. And she goes, oh, here's the best part. I have never gone anywhere in my life because I'm just a low-life chef at a nursing home. I'm one of the best chefs in the area. Okay. Get your information right. Yeah, I'm low-life chef. Like, where is she?
Can I ask something? If you're the best chef, why work in a nursery? You probably work in a 5-star restaurant, right?
Me? I work for a corporation.
No, but I think when you are the best chef,
Mm-hmm.
you're really good at what you say you are. More than likely, you be in a 4 or 5-star restaurant making that huge money, right?
Yeah, that's why I work for a corporation, David. She's talking about me personally.
Oh, she's trying to attack you.
Yeah, and the reason I don't work for a 5-star restaurant because I won't have a life. But if I work, I'm not gonna say the company I work
But that is
for.
true. That is true because when you're the top chef, they book you to like you have no vacation. Well, you're making huge bread, but then again, when you own your own restaurant, then you could start making demand, so to speak, when you're a chef, right? I understand that. I understand that lane. Chef is worse than IT because you in demand heavy. God forbid they say, "Oh, I want the chef to be here on Thursday because I'm bringing a bunch of people. He cannot go nowhere." Then you have to be there. I get that part. That's a different type of career. But man, it could be real tasking. I ain't gonna lie.
And if I was a chef, and I wouldn't even marry a woman that didn't want to open up her own restaurant and work in that motherfucker. She ain't gonna be sitting at home. Your ass gonna be working, cutting up them onions and shit.
Shoot. I watch so much chef show that I be feeling like, damn, what you had to go to be this good? Because I know they'll be busting your ass. You watching Hell Kitchen? I'm looking at the guy like, damn,
I
man.
mean, Hell Kitchen just get you to work under pressure, because
Mm-hmm.
if you've been to the military, it's easy because I worked in the kitchen as a cook, and you might get 400 or 500 soldiers in an hour and a half, so you got to have the food prepared for that. You can't mess up.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an easy job once you understand structure.
And the thing is, when I'm watching the Hell Kitchen team, they cook breaking under pressure. I was like, You crying now? Oh, you don't want to work at no big time restaurant where that you do worse than crying. They'll kick your ass out. And it's
I
no
mean,
joke.
but I wouldn't become a chef learning in America. I would go overseas. I would tell anybody go overseas and learn how to become a chef.
Absolutely. You know,
Where
most of the best chefs are not, they learn from a chef for overseas. Like my chef learned from a Dominican guy, and he was a fucking asshole. He told me, like, if he didn't like you, forget it. You will never learn anything. He will be
uh
a piece of shit to you.
I will not say Japan because their culture is perfection. If I'm going to be a chef, I'm not going to Japan because they will put my ass through hell.
And I want to clear something out really fast. Like, my boy King just said it. I'll give her. If she wants to come up, come up. I don't give a shit. She's gonna get the same shit I just gave everybody else. I don't care. Like, if you're gonna talk shit, I'm gonna talk shit to you right to your fucking face. I have no problem. You guys know this about me.
Yeah,
Everybody knows.
and you
Like,
know me, I
end
could
of
go
story.
I could go raw and uncut and go books and start roasting. So it
All
doesn't
right,
even
let's
matter
change
to me.
track here. I'm tired of being angry. Boss man, what's up? He is the Mac King. And the reason I call him that, I found out he loves Mac PCs last night. All right, I'm gonna block her because I'm done ignoring her
Wait,
shit.
he the Mac
So,
guy?
adios.
Oh, Bossman's the Mac guy?
Now he is after lost Mac guy. He
Hey,
said
don't
last night.
block them, man.
I already
Oh,
blocked the
so
bitch. Fuck her.
so he the Mac guy. Ah, so he had a problem with the PC guys, huh?
I'm starting to fight here tonight. Nah, I'm just fucking with him, dude. Lost in Translation came on his stream last night. Get a Mac, and he got so pissed off. It was funny. I'm laying in bed. I'm like, wow, this is kind of
I'm
hilarious,
sorry.
actually.
You
And
cannot
his
pay.
wife was on there too. I'm like,
I'm
wow,
sorry.
his wife is going to deal with this all night long.
You can't pay me $1 billion to go on a Mac. That's the honest truth.
Bossman, join us. The link is in the top of the chat, buddy.
I'm
I'll put it
sorry.
back in.
I'll make it. I told people for a year, you cannot pay me $1 billion to go on a Mac. It's never gonna happen.
The only time it's good, and I'm not going to we'll get back on topic in a second. If you actually have all this stuff, let's say you have a tablet, an iPhone, you being an ecosystem, that makes sense to me then. Except this guy down here who has what is it? You have a Mac Trey, and what else? A Pixel phone, isn't it? Right? Trey, wake up.
Coach first. You have a Mac and a Pixel phone. You have a mixture.
Right? Am I wrong?
Repeat that, Sparta.
You have a Mac PC, right? You're on right now, and you
Yes.
have a Pixel phone? Is it?
No, I got no Pixel phone, man.
I thought you had a Pixel phone for some reason.
No, man, I got the latest Note. What is that? 20?
Okay, it's still an Android. 24.
Yeah, Android. I got
so
an Android.
But you have a Mac and you don't have an iPhone. That's why I think
I
it's
used to
kinda
have an
hilarious.
iPhone. I switched over. I started out with iPhone, but then I just didn't like Android. I can, do a lot with more. iPhone's
agree with
cool,
you.
Hold up. Time out. He got a Mac and got the S24 Ultra.
Yeah.
That's my point. That is the funniest part. That makes no sense, does it?
It makes a lot of sense to me because it works. It works. Yeah, it works. I can do a lot. I like this phone. It's probably the best one they had.
Ghost.
It was rated this year. They just 2 weeks ago they did the best phone of Mr. The Boss Man. Is it? What is it?
Mr. Who the Boss? He's from UK.
Who's the Boss Man? And some
the
other
best-
channels. And overall, they picked the best phone of the year. Came out S24 Ultra. It was the best phone of the year this year.
Of the year, but
So
other than that,
iPhone 16 is it? Yeah, 16 is came in second place. It was up by a minute, and Pixel came in third place. Believe it or not, what, dude? Quote me on this. Record this. What is it? What's today's date? 12/5 at what time? 11:15 p.m. You're gonna see in a few years, Pixels are going to overtake the iPhone series easily. They already are almost.
That's been the battle for more than a decade.
But they're coming even stronger in.
But Pixels is going to have to really up the game, and iPhone is going to be a staple. iPhone going to be 1, 2, 3, regardless of how you look at phones. iPhone and Android, they're going to be 1, 2, 3. That's it. And any other competition for real.
But here's the problem: Android, if we come to the Pixel, which is under Google, and the iPhone, that have been an ongoing, a decade-long battle because, for one, They're calling iPhone is a glorified copy of the Google phone, from the Google Nexus now to the Pixel. That has been the case. And every tech guy like me, we were very aware about that. We knew that was the case. Whether Google Nexus had, iPhone have it a year and a half later. Now I went from Nexus to Pixel now. So I'm not really the fan of an Apple phone. That's just me. Hey, what's going on, Wally? But my thing is this. I've been an Android guy because it's very customizable. I like things that allow me to customize, put my own flavor on it. Same thing why I like building my own customized PC because I'm not into being a cookie cutter individual. That's just the way I think. If I can't be my individual self, then screw it. I don't need it. But I,
So
I had to have
I
freedom.
agree with you, David. I agree with you 100%, David. But the only thing and reason I'm sticking with iPhone is the watch. I've been honest with that from the start. I hate Samsung watches. Oh fuck you, dude. I will shove that watch so far up your ass and come out your goddamn mouth. Trust me, and I will use this
Mm,
and help you out a little bit.
trust me, you're not getting near that one.
Oh, who said I was going to do it?
Okay.
Trey volunteered to do it for me.
No man.
Look at Trey's
We,
face.
we,
You guys
if
smile.
you ask
It's
man,
like,
girl, no man
yeah.
will say, man will like, you on your own on this one. I'm not
Yeah.
doing that
No.
shit.
Oh, seriously. Like, I just don't. I don't like the processor behind it because I always had issues the way the programming in the.
And that's the thing I was trying to explain to you before. It's based on what certain. I had the pro version with the titanium build. Not all are done the same. But the most latest one they have, the ultra, it done different than all the other model that probably be similar to it. I say it. You ever notice when you have iPhone, the iPhone Pro Max, the iPhone Pro, the iPhone Plus, you think will be the same all across the board? It's never been the case. Same thing with Android, with the Samsung 24 Ultra, Samsung 24 Plus, Samsung 24. It may be the same, but it's not the same. Something is done differently based on each individual model. The Ultra probably be the ultimate. Period. The Plus and
So
the regular one.
personally, I can speak for myself only. But when I get my with tech, I always get the best of the best because you're gonna spend the money. Why don't spend a little bit? You know what I'm saying?
I
More.
get you. I
So
get
I
your
always
point.
got a pro phones. I always got the notes. I always got the ultras. I always got the top one. So I don't know anything different but the best of the
But the
best.
thing is, as I watching me to the board for the past couple of years, lately some
Me
of the
too.
best phones are coming from outside the country that not
I
allowed in the
agree.
US market. I did it before when you used to have the Razor phone back then. The Razor phone back then, you guys have the thin one. I actually had the actual video conference Razor version that had two cameras.
I never had that. I had that Nextel back in the day. Yeah.
So I'm
You know
when it comes
what we need to do? I'm gonna talk to King. I want King on this because he's an Android guy, and like we're gonna shoot have our like our opinions on a Android versus an iPhone. I've done
you
that
know
once before
you gotta have
with
a
King and
ugly you
CQ.
gotta have a ugly show because you'll get to a damn
I
which
don't give
one
a
is better
shit. I
argument.
want a viewership for that. Fuck that.
I'm sorry because I've been here before without the camera, and I've seen the debate. It's like debate never goes nowhere. My former boss working at the NYT, New York City Hospital Health Center, he'd have a joke. He'd say, "The Samsung phone is for grown ass men. The iPhone is for women and babies." I was like, and he said it boldly, and that's what they passed him by. She
But
looked
you
at
know
him
what it
like,
is also right now, dude. The margin of differences is less and less and less
"That's
and less
based
and
on
less
different.
and
Every
less and
phone is
less.
different. Every phone are not
You
the
know why I
same."
like the Note the most?
It's big. You can't see.
No, because it has a stylus with it. I love the stylus, man.
And the thing is,
I
with the
never used a size when I had it.
oh,
I
I
use it
mean,
a little, and you can,
I use.
all of them do the same pretty much. Like it
But
summarizes. You
but the
can
latest one right now
do all kinds of
that
stuff.
he had, it allows you to control the camera, so you can take a picture with your stylus.
You were able to do that back when we were Note 8.
Yeah,
No,
no eight,
no,
you
the
can
Note
do it.
8, they used to do that, but they didn't get the thing configured properly because they were working on the bugs. So every time
I
they
never
keep
had a
working,
problem with it.
no, I know you
Yeah,
didn't, I
no,
didn't have a problem, but the thing is, based on functionality, what they're trying to do is perfect. It take time to perfect a particular software to be active certain way it is. Because now they say the latest stylus on the S24 Ultra, and you're right, it almost feel like you're acting right with an actual pen or pencil. The accuracy is almost ridiculous. That's different behind it because when dealing with technology, you're fine tuning and you're perfecting. You're looking at the hardware, you're looking at the software combination, making sure that there's no lag in between. That's the thing about technology. It's all about perfection, but sometimes the perfection can go too far off. Like now you have the AI thing. I'm not really a fan of the AI going too much incorporate, but it could get too far to the point it get creepy, if you ask me.
Here's my issue with the AI thing right now. You're paying how much money for a phone?
2
15,
grand, almost
1200,
almost 2 grand.
2 grand. All right. Then you have to pay what a month?
$100 a month.
That's my problem with it. You have to pay a
Now
fee for your using your own phone? Seriously? Get the fuck out
the
of my
most
face.
expensive phone to purchase now is 5 grand. And it folds 3 ways. So foldable phone that fold
Oh, you can't even own it in America right now. You can, but
because it's being blocked. You can own it anywhere outside the United States. But that phone and that company is about to be Samsung and iPhone across the globe. Either they like it or they don't. Because their ecosystem is far greater than that of Apple and Samsung combined. We'll talk. You can't blame it for it, but they had enough time to work on it. But people are like, oh, that's not gonna. No, ask the tech guy who is testing these phones and making their honest review. They're telling you a lot is being changed. That's why when it comes to tech, I say sometimes you need to do your homework, you need to do your research, start to study, start to see things for yourself, and start to understand things and what you think it is. Yes, Apple had a huge amount of cash for their marketing to brainwash you, say
think with
this is the best
Apple
phone.
and you think with Apple.
God
Excuse me.
bless you.
Thank you. They will not put nothing in their phone till it's done perfectly perfect in their system.
And that been their way, but it been their way after the main man passed away. When the
But
main
even before Steve Jobs was around, they never really experimented that much.
No, Steve Jobs was doing things that had to be done perfect, but the thing that he also knew that he both had to be a leader. I hate to tell you, iPhone was the leader at one point. Once he passed away, they lost that leadership role to Samsung. Samsung took that away from him since Tim Cook took over, and I knew Tim Cook is not the guy for it because Tim Cook is not Steve Jobs. I call that I see it. Even other tech executives from other competition, they're calling out. It's kind of like that trend that you're following, you will put in it what having whatever they have on phone, or you can put it 2 years later. It will people start to catch on. They start to catch on. They'll start to walk away. You can only brainwash your fan so long until they get fed up with it, and when they get fed up with it, then you know how that feeling is.
So
It's like the Yankee. The Yankee winning so much championship. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But now the Yankee haven't won a championship in a while. Then what happened to the flavor?
So right now, I literally, a couple of days, was it a couple of days or a week or two? I was like last week actually. I looked up the statistic, the sales, the quarters, the fourth quarter.
Mhm.
Apple is still in the head by 58%.
In the U.S.
Samsung, yes, is 52%. People are still having a hard time accepting Samsung in their lives because they're so used to the old school iPhone.
But
And
I think where Apple and Mac gets the advantage with Android and Samsung is because Mac I mean, Apple, they have the PC and the MacBook. Those things, people love those. The MacBook and the PC, so I can understand how Apple and Mac could be sort of in the front as far as phones and
But it's
technology
but
altogether.
it's a marketing.
But because like my Mac, you don't get a lot of bugs and all that in Mac. That's the one thing you don't get. A lot of viruses and stuff in the Mac and the iPhone. See, PC and Samsung is successful.
here's the thing between those two right now.
From my experience.
With phone wise, there are more apps made for Apple phones because it's more popular out there. That's a known thing. I know, David, you're going to disagree. I know they look, we're going, hang on, let me finish. All right. Now, when it comes to PCs, there are more stuff made for a Windows desktop or laptop versus a Mac. Because Mac is very closed circuit or closed system. So it's not much made out there for it. Am I making sense here? David, what do you think?
Simple like that. Yes, Apple is a closed circuit. You're right. But on a corporate level, Apple's more of a headache.
Really? So explain to me, why do they always buy Apple phones and iPads in the hospitals and stuff like that?
In most corporate settings, they buy Apple phone and Apple laptop because of the consumer, their employee ask for these things. But on most cases, there's always been an issue incorporating their business application they have. The idea of they building more app for Apple has been debunked a long time ago. More apps are built on the PC side, more on the Apple side, on a business level. You talk about creating software, yeah, it's done on the Apple side of things. Perfect example, Estee Lauder, they have two floors for their multimedia department, mostly Apple. But every other floor, every other location is straight PC. But they always have issue syncing with their network share drives. Or we have issue syncing with their corporate emails. I could configure a Android phone to incorporate a corporate email with no issue, no problem, and will never have a problem for month on year end. But Apple, every now and then something wrong with the server. Either the mobile IO is not working well, or not responding well, or the GTOD portal is not working. It has been the case. I've been aware of this for so long. I just laugh about it. They be, oh, they make more apps. No, they make more accessory for Apple. More than do accessory for Android and Samsung for alike. But when it comes to app, uh, that's not the case. Even the gaming right now, they're trying to create. Yet they're making game now for the iPhone, but a huge majority of the game on what side? Android.
See,
So
people don't forget one major thing, David, also, and we're gonna end it here. I'll give you guys the final
if you mention
thoughts.
security, Apple was not the thing to go. I'm sorry to say.
No, I was gonna say that. Any app that goes on at the Apple Store, the Apple, Apple charges the development a fee
I
to
know,
put it
and
on there,
I
and
know,
people
and that would have a
and
lot of
people don't
lawsuit
realize it.
against them, and that's why they have a lot of lawsuit against them because they be
They have a
bamboozled.
lawsuit right now, a huge one right
Oh,
now.
it's not like there were multiple lawsuits beside the one with Epic. There was many others. So Apple, yes, they make money, but behind closed door, they have to shut it out. Like for example, when they're trying to sue Samsung for trying to copy the design, Samsung said, "Oh, that's the case," but we forget about one number one issue. 98% of every smartphone screen comes from one company only, Samsung.
Yeah, you kind of you trying to bite the hand that feeds you, kind of thing. All right,
Yeah,
David, you want to go first with your final thoughts?
my final thought up like this. I can give you no timetable when you want to sleep with somebody or you want to make that moment or get to cheat. I would say you have to be careful with your choices. If you're all about trying to stack up numbers, then go ahead and be my guest. If you're trying to prove that you have your independence, you can do what you want, yeah, be my guest. But don't be mad about what you do afterward. It lead to a negative effect. I would say that if looking for something serious, I would say take your time, get to know that person, get to know until you click on mental level because I always believe when you get to that area whereby the connection is not only genuine, it's like it's hard to control. You can almost feel like if you're around that person in a nice quiet place, you can feel that attention. But like, okay, whew, let me go and breathe. Because only a few people can say they have that level of attract with that particular individual. They spend time with. It's kind of like it's almost like you trying to fight it, but you can't fight it. It's there. When that time is right, then let the time be right. If you want to wait till you get married, and I would say this: make sure you get a hotel room with soundproof wall because whoever knows what happened in that room, they were thinking to fight. Not only doing a wild monkey dance. I'm just saying, but well, I'm just saying right now, don't really put a time. Don't put a time on it. I've been without it for almost 4 years now, but as I stay clear of it, I can see why 50 Cent said he don't do it himself because it allows you to think clearly and not to make a better decision, better judgment. That's why I said what I said. But if you're a young guy, in your 20, don't chase out it. Chase your dream, chase your career, chase your focus, build yourself, build your foundation, figure out who you want to be, how you want to be. The right woman will come along because she want to be a part of your program. Don't just chase after women. When you chase after them, they make you look like you're desperate. But when you focus on your goal and your achievement, what you want to acquire, yourself, and how you want to move about it, yes, it will get kind of intimidated to a lot of women. But the right woman want to be under you because she sees something great about you. Let a woman come along. If she's really genuine about that person, then you can make that connection. If she's not genuine, don't waste your time. That is my because that's what I'm trying to do with myself. Focus on my career, focus on my move, focus on the goal I set before myself. So I'm trying to go on it over time. That's just me. Other than that, don't put no time or 6 days or 30 days or 90 days. Make sure you have a strong foundation with that individual before you take it to the next level. You don't want to be collecting bodies, if you ask me. I'm not here for the body collection. I've done that for my 20 years. I wish I didn't do that. If I could start all over again, I would be a virgin. Just I'd have found that one individual that worth my time to spend the rest of my life with. That's how I look at it. Other than that, this is Black David, aka Bear Paul, aka CBN Tech Talk. I'll keep you real 1000. I'm not here for the talk. I'm talking about reality. That's how I am. Let's go.
Oh man, great show, man. You know, intriguing questions, Marty. You always come with the great questions, and makes you have to think about your own life and perspectives and those around you and people you've met. I always attach it to people that I've had to service and provide help and assistance to. So, you know, and I've always had a philosophy for myself as far as being intimate with a woman. It was based on both her time and my time. If our times wouldn't align, I didn't waste a lot of time trying to make it, align. If we are both adults, then she made time for me and I made time for her. And how we sort of vibe together, how our intimate spaces were together, how we communicated, the tone of voice, how you dress, walk. I paid attention to everything. A woman's toes, her fingernails, all of that. I was just like that. I grew up with women, so I knew what to look for and what not to accept. And my father was the craziest person I met, and he never really talked about sex. I learned from my mother. I learned from school when they taught about sex. I used to read about it in the library when they taught. I had a girlfriend, we was sexing every day in high school, every day. But as an adult, just moved a little different when it came to meeting a woman and we vibing. Whether it was 2 days, if I met you on Wednesday, you might like me and come over on Friday. We might hang out on Friday, and it is what it is. I never heard people complain about it, and I didn't complain about it. If I was, especially in your 20s, it's different. At 40, everybody got hindsight. Everybody can say how would be what I would do now. And at 40, you should have grown up and gotten that playful shit out your system. If you're still playing those games at 40, you losing, man or female. It doesn't matter. If you've been married before, that's a win. Whether you go back to the dating market, you just understand it's different in time. I'm not as young as I was when I was dating, but I'll still have resources. I still have benefits. So anybody I take on the trip, if that was to happen and be the case, because my wife always tell me, if something happened to me, don't be sad by yourself. Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna have plenty of fun, plenty of protected fun. And yeah, I'm gonna be going on trips and hanging out. I might not take nobody with me, but I'm gonna sure look for the women when I get there. That's what I do. I ain't taking nobody with me if it ain't my woman, but I sure will look for. I want to know where the ladies are at when I get there. But it's a different time. I speak a language a lot of women can't get with, but I'm not gonna belittle a woman, talk crazy, talk down to. That's not my style. Never have been. I'm only gonna comment on the woman that I like. And that's physical first. And then I like to hear what you're talking about. If you have some cultural, awareness about yourself, in your neighborhood, outside, your work experience, all of those things play a factor in me. But this is a different time, It's a lot of people finally growing up. Finally getting to that age where they can see life for what it is, and everybody got demands that they don't want to negotiate with. So salute to those people who are going to probably live a single life. It's hard when y'all turn 50. So if you 40, let's just say if you're 35 right now, 30, I'll go to 28. 28. You 28? You got to move with intentions out here. Work, work hard every day. Do your job to the highest level. Exercise every day. You ain't getting no ass, so you might as well be strong. And then when you do get some ass, wear that shit out. Save your money, buy stuff you need, take yourself on trips every year, 6 months, whatever, when the weather's nice. Set your vacation. You can afford a plane trip and a hotel for about 3 days. Go on Thursday and come back on Saturday night. Go to, just gotta make it do. Drive if you're driving. Just gotta get in shape. Women, you ain't got to be the handsomest dude. I know I wasn't the most handsome dude, but I stayed in shape. I worked. I bought stuff I needed, stuff I wanted. I just didn't buy dumb shit, but it's just me. I mean, especially a young man. The world is yours, man. Don't believe it's rhetoric. It's more women around the world than it is men. They outnumber us everywhere. In America, they triple us. But it depends on what you're looking at. If you want a certain woman, just only look at those women. Women, just understand your body's your golden ticket. Y'all get your body up too early, recklessly. It shows on your face. It shows on your smell. It shows on how y'all move in relationships. It shows on the clothes y'all wear. It shows in your kids. If you're moving reckless as a woman, it shows in everything about your life. But the ones that get it are the ones that get chosen. The ones that say the hell with that shit, because my mama didn't move that way, my daddy wasn't around, they make excuses for that shit, they suffer the consequences. But you just got to make a decision in your life when you want to be better and do better. Other than that, your ass gonna stay poor. You're gonna struggle. You're gonna cry. The ones that get it will get it. The ones that don't want to get it, you're gonna suffer. I don't know no other way to say it, but I work with too many people in the worst of conditions who have gotten out of it because they believe. So if you don't believe, then don't cry when people pass you up. It's time to get out of the way. You in your 40s, you're supposed to be on a mission right now. Don't waste time, like Brother Dave said. Somebody ain't on that, move on. Give it treat it like a credit report. If your shit, you don't pay your shit for 90 days, it goes bad. My last thing, my financial tip for the day, if you got any money invested and they change CEOs, the CEO leaves or any time of that, pull your money, pull your stock, sell everything. Keep a little bit because the stock always goes down. It always goes down. So pull your money, put it somewhere else. That's how the rich get rich. But salute, Smarter man. Always good topic, man.
Trey, thank you. David,
That's
thank
a
you.
good idea. That's
Before
a
I go
good
over the
idea.
schedule and everything, I want everybody to understand one thing. When somebody comes after my guys or one of my prescribers, I'm going to war for it and you guys. So what this individual did today on the stream was unacceptable in my eyes. She went after David in the back chat, on my Facebook. I blocked her. She continued to go at it him. That's why we had to take care of business tonight. I know sometimes this happens, it's trolls and all that shit. But I won't sit back and let one of my people or my prescribers be belittled or bullied or even harassed. We come here and have a good time, have a serious conversations and some fun conversations and some gray area conversations or whatever. But we're not here to be harassed, bullied, or anything like that. I want to clear the air with that immediately. So let's get over the schedule really fast and let's get the hell out of here. So Saturday, David's favorite subject we're talking about. David, do you remember what we're talking about this week? G.I. Joe, Real American Hero. We're going to talk about the franchise from beginning to the end, movies and everything. And on a side note, David, Snake Eyes was a pretty good movie, I thought.
That's
Next
the
week,
best. That's the best G.I. Joe movie ever. Out of all
so far.
the
so far. Next week, Thursday, we're talking about what is this? Dating apps. Has that killing the killing the romance? A week after that, we're talking about Thundercats. The other one.
Oh boy.
And Thursdays from now on the 19th, 19th, I'm sorry. Unpacking attention. Why women choose to take a partner. And I'm gonna leave it at that, guys. So, except that, guys. Anything else before we get out of here?
No, I'm just gonna say that anyone trying to roast me, I'll just tell you be careful. If I go after you and start roasting to the point where you lose your self-esteem, don't blame me for it. I'll be the Black Sham song coming after your soul till your soul is mine, nigga. Real talk. I don't mind roasting. I enjoy it more. So don't try to get me triggered. Because if you do, and I do roast you and I really hurt your feelings so bad, I'll keep on going. 'Cause I'm gonna make a guy quit his job doing that. So give me an opportunity to do that to you so you can quit the internet altogether. That'd be great.
You know that's funny. I think she's still making other profiles just to get back on here. She's so desperate to be on my stream. So thank you for giving me viewership because that helps me out and helps my guys out. So thank you. Keep making more profiles. Every time you come with no profile, it pushes me up the algorithm. So thank you. You're not hurting me. You're actually helping
No,
me.
and I'm trying to let people know I'm from Brooklyn. We are the home of roasting. Before the internet, we did it on the street. So if you think you coming after me, I'm ready to take off the glove and just go in real deep and
But
make
she
it
also
so
forgets
bad.
I put my face out there.
I
I
know.
can literally take what her pictures are on from Facebook, post it on a live stream, give her
Oh,
name and address
oh,
out.
oh. Don't give me
You'll forget
ammo.
that.
Don't give me ammo, please.
But I'm
Do
not that
not.
type of person. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
do
don't
that.
do it. Don't
Don't give
do
me
it.
I'm not.
ammo.
I'm not. I'm not
Because
gonna be like
anybody
that.
who know me
But
from my past job,
I'm just giving her a
I
fair
will
warning.
go. I will go in
Don't come
so
on my people
much.
ever again.
I'm just no.
Yeah.
Let her try to come after me. Ask anyone who have worked with me before. If I made a guy almost quit his job and I made the guy cry for me roasting him nonstop, what think I'm gonna do to you?
Right guy, you in Fort Knox?
Oh, I'm just gonna roast you till you leave the country. Now I'll chase you in that country and roast you leave that country too. So don't give me a hobby. Don't. I'm becoming unleashed, and the more I become unleashed, the
David,
more
what
vicious I will become.
David talking about?
All right,
I'm
let's
just
get the
saying.
hell out of here, guys.
It's Bright
All right,
guy in
guys.
Fort
If you guys watching the rerun, please hit the like, share,
Fort
and
Knox.
subscribe. Except that, as always, I am Ghost Aspire. This is HU Network. As always, stay fresh, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.